What is up, guys? Want to make a crypto video. Have not made a crypto video in a while. Headed up to the Cape. Gonna blast off for the next Bitcoin run, hopefully. But let's talk about the positives and negatives of what is going on here in 2022. For one, I would say the biggest negative is the impending executive order from the Biden administration. Now, let's just think about this for a minute and what may happen, what I think will happen. So we've already seen it with Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Instead of being $20,000 through those mechanisms to where you get a 1099, it is now $600 or whatever. So I think that's what they're going to do with the crypto exchanges. Instead of being $20,000 transactions through there, suddenly they'll have to issue a 1099 because of $600 worth. I think that all these stable coins, USDC, Gemini dollar, USDT, I think they will all have to get a bank charter. I think that the stable coins will be under pressure. Now, I think that that will maybe help some of the ones that are these collateralized instruments, like the My token, like the Hive dollar, like USDT. As more USDT gets used, then more Luna will get burned, so that could be bullish on Luna. I think that those will become more popular. Now, another thing that will, likely happen is that they'll try to make it very, very tough for you to withdraw crypto from these crypto exchanges, these non-collateral or these non-custodial wallets, Exodus, Ledger, stuff like that. They'll be very suspicious of stuff coming in and out. I even posted this over on Hive. I tried to send something directly from Hotbit, some Bitcoin, straight to Cash App, and they rejected the transaction, said that was not an approved wallet. So suddenly I had to jump the thing from there to Exodus to an Atomic wallet, then over to Cash App. So, they start blacklisting different wallet addresses, different locations where stuff is coming from. I think that there's going to be more pressure on that. Now, whatever the Biden administration comes up with, it's not going to make sense. It's not going to benefit us whatsoever. It's just going to restrict stuff. Let's not fool ourselves. I've been in crypto since 2013. I have a computer information systems degree. I barely understand this stuff. There's a million things to research and everything. You think the Biden administration is going to come up with something that's actually makes any kind of sense for this? The answer is probably no. But that being said, still bullish on crypto. And I don't recommend anybody being a no-coiner at any point unless there's some kind of medical issue or national emergency, some kind of situation where, you absolutely need the money to protect your, to feed yourself, essentially. I do not recommend you being a no-coiner. At the very least, you would be, earning reward on stable coins or earning some sort of yield, or even if you have smaller positions, in Bitcoin or Ethereum. Like right now on DeFi Kingdoms, or sorry, not DeFi Kingdoms, but on Cub DeFi in the Kingdoms, you can earn like 32% APY on your Ethereum. So there's always still somewhat juicy rewards. But that being said, did I take some money off the table and try to take some of my risk, off the table, so to speak? The answer is yes. I'm driving a new car here. Really haven't, detailed the car and everything like that, but got a new car, driving up from Florida. So, I think the car market is somewhat interesting. There's going to be a decent amount of cars that are going to run into issues during this winter weather, and the demand for cars is not going to subside until the new car market can meet the demand to take pressure off the used car market. So that being said, I think that, this car thing's going to go on for a while, probably all through 2023, maybe beyond. So that being said, there could be a place to, drive cars around and really not lose much, maybe gain a little bit if you look for value. So that was the thing with this car. There was value in this car. So we'll see how it goes and everything. I don't want to, you never want to flex too hard, because about the time you flex, then the thing's broken. You're broken down and you have a huge repair bill. So, we'll see, guys. We'll see. But that being said, you know, real estate, I think we're in an interesting point with real estate. I think we're going to have a lot of foreclosures, a lot of bankruptcies coming up potentially. You start to see more and more about that potentially, but there still is value in the real estate market, potentially in the Midwest, Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, Columbus, Ohio, also places like Oklahoma City. I really think that, I don't know, Arizona's interesting. I mean, a lot of people moving to Arizona from California, but I feel like they start moving further. Then they're priced out of there. Then they move to Albuquerque. You know, Texas is crazy. Look at the prices in Frisco, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Plano, Texas. The prices are insane. You're seeing prices being pumped up, you know, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000s on listings. But if you look over in Sacramento, see prices drop. So we're at a very weird point. I guess just economically, it's like, well, what's going to happen? Crypto-wise, investment-wise, just in general. I kind of see equal things in the crypto market that are bullish and equal things that are bearish. You have to understand that the swing traders, okay, let's say they went up to 65. A lot of people got faked out. Then they got kind of jerked around. Then it ran up again because, you know, the hope that there was going to be the Bitcoin ETF, which there was. The futures product was garbage. But then, you know, at that point, it's like, okay, this thing burned off. Now people are going to be more tentative. They're going to have PTSD. Then maybe their price point is, you know, when this gets up to 52,000, that's where I'm going to cut out. Or whatever price point they have. You know, maybe for Ethereum, they have some kind of price point in their mind. Like, well, I don't want to get faked out again. Maybe 3,900. You know, and then people get tentative. When it gets a little soft, or, you know, there's a couple days of kind of negative energy, then they maybe get tweaky again. But that being said, for the long haul, it really depends where you're at in the crypto market, where your entry points are, and what your duration is. So a couple things, and I want to reiterate the whole thing, the no-coiner situation. You don't ever want to be a no-coiner to any capacity. You always want to try to earn some crypto, maybe gain some yield, have a little bit of long-term holdings, even if it's some small amount, unless, you know, you absolutely have to feed yourself, or, you know, family member's sick, or you're sick, or something like that. Otherwise, if you don't ever take that crypto and go on some trips, you know, buy something that you enjoy, whether it be vehicles, you know, trips, you know, maybe you want a new TV, maybe you want something, maybe you need a new computer, maybe you need this or that. If you don't ever do anything with it, and then you're just kind of like, well, I'm just going to keep rolling this over, I'm going to keep rolling this over. I have seen so many people do that, and this stuff will go up fast, but the thing is like, when you're playing this out, suddenly a year turns into a long time, 2 years turns into a long time, 4 years turns into a long time. And guess what? Nobody's getting any younger. So you have to keep taking profits kind of as you go. And sometimes that actually makes you more nimble. You know, you take some money out, you put it in something, maybe a car that you enjoy, trips, and it makes you a little more hungry that you need to source up more crypto and not be sort of like not respecting the money, because that's kind of what happens. Sometimes when you have too much kind of crypto strung out there, you're like, yeah, it's there, but you almost don't quite respect the money as much as if you kind of like hustle it up and, you know, make sure that you're earning more and kind of like keeping a little bit more sort of tabs on it, so to speak. And that being said, there's also the premise that you could just use the set it and forget it method, essentially just buying, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, reserve currencies at this point, and just have those as long-term holdings. And, you know, even you know, earn more of that, whether that be through a centralized mechanism or through, you know, a DeFi mechanism. So there's a lot of opportunities now more than ever to stay in the crypto market and to stay engaged. More ways to earn crypto. And obviously, you know, it just seems like DeFi is not DeFi, but the NFT situation has not slowed down. Now, I think part of that is because it's an illiquid market, so people sort of just kind of like hold their ground, so to speak, and they don't want to take the L. So I don't know. We will see over time with that. But that being said, I think going forward, if you did get in at base level 2018, 2019, some of these recent boosts could be a chance to take some risk off the table, you know, to do other things with it and stuff like that, because I don't really see the economy necessarily improving in the next, 4 to 5 months. Let's just pretend we did have a drawdown. But again, it all depends on your situation. If you're like, I'm building a long-term position, I'm going to keep stacking this and stuff, but I will tell you this, when you do hit those, let's pretend we do go lower. Let's say we go Bitcoin 27,000, we go Bitcoin 25,000, whatever. It's going to be extremely painful, and you're going to be like, man, I mean, all this money just got vaporized. And that's the thing that you need to learn with crypto, is that so much value and so much equity in what you have can just be instantaneously vaporized. Whereas that's a little bit harder for it to do with properties. A lot of value can be vaporized in a little bit longer period of time, a year or two, if we have like a big drawdown. But that being said, there are opportunities still out there if you're always looking for value in markets that aren't as bubbly. So that being said, what are you guys buying crypto wise, real estate wise, car wise? Anyway, guys, follow me on all social media at Brian Fobos. Oh yeah, and hit me up on Instagram. Like, follow me on Instagram, guys. Like, I feel like my stories are the most active there when I'm doing stuff, I'm doing these trips or whatever. So anyway, but follow me on all the stuff. Haven't been on Steemit lately, just haven't logged in there lately, but been posting a little bit on Hive here and there. But yeah, a little bit on Twitter here and there. But want to get more active, get some more videos out there now that I've done my research on some of these vehicles, maybe get past that. So anyway, guys, follow me, subscribe, ring that bell. See you later.